My son came home from his after-school program with 3 of his fingernails torn clean off, smiling like he'd done something brave. Coach Devlin said real wrestlers don't need fingernails to grip, he told me. He pulled them off himself. He said it'll make my hands tougher for state. I dropped everything in my hands. Coach Devlin pulled your fingernails off? My 8-year-old Eli nodded like it was completely normal. It only hurt for a little. He said winners don't cry, and I only cried a tiny bit. I grabbed his hand and looked. 3 nails gone, the beds raw and weeping, 2 of them already swelling an angry red. My stomach dropped through the floor. Did he do this to anyone else, baby? I asked, keeping my voice steady even as my hands shook. Yeah, he did it to Marcus too, but coach said if we told our parents he'd kick us off the team. He said winners keep team secrets. That sentence drove a cold spike straight through me, because that's not coaching. That's a grown man teaching children to hide what he does to them. I called the rec center. No answer. I called the front desk and the woman stammered something about an incident under review and told me to come right away. I buckled Eli into the car, missed the ignition twice, my hands were trembling so hard, and drove to the urgent care 2 blocks from the gym. The waiting room went silent when they saw his hand. I expected them to rush him back. Instead, a nurse handed me a clipboard and a cold pack and said, "Have a seat. We're slammed." I wanted to scream. I pressed the cold pack near his fingers and Eli yelped. The cold made the exposed nail bed sting worse. That's when I realized this was far past surface damage. Those fingers needed a doctor now. He needs to be seen immediately, I said, loud enough that the whole room turned. A nurse came over, took one look at Eli's hand, and her whole face changed. "Okay, sweetheart, come with me." They took him back fast after that. While I sat in the hallway, my phone rang. It was Renata, the mother of Eli's teammate Marcus. "Was Marcus at practice today?" she asked, her voice thin and scared. "The rec center just called and told me to come get him and wouldn't say why." My heart dropped. "Renata," I said carefully, "just get here. Now." I couldn't find the words to tell her that her son might be hurt the same way mine was. I left Eli with the nurse and drove back to the gym for answers. As I pulled in, I saw a man in a track jacket half jogging toward the staff lot, Coach Devlin. He spotted me and froze. "You tore the fingernails off my 8-year-old?" I said, walking right at him. He backed against his car. "It's an old toughening technique. Builds grip strength. The kids barely felt it." "You mutilated children," I said. He got defensive, chin jutting out. "Look, if your kid's too soft for a real wrestling program, that's a parenting problem, not mine. I have never wanted to hit someone so badly." But before I could, an ambulance turned into the lot, lights spinning. The rec center doors opened and the program director walked out guiding 3 more boys, all crying, all cradling raw, bleeding hands. Marcus was one of them. Renata's car screeched in seconds later. She took one look at her son's hand, then at Devlin edging toward his car door, and she came apart. "That's him? He did this to our kids?" She'd already called the police on the way over. 2 officers were out of their cruiser before Devlin got his key in the ignition. He started arguing, and one of them simply turned him around and put him against the hood, while the other read him his rights. All 4 boys were treated. The doctors did what they could, but Eli and 2 of the others have nail beds that will never grow back right. Ridged, scarred, fingers that look a little wrong for the rest of their lives. They lived. They just won't ever forget that a man they trusted did this to them and told them to keep it secret. Devlin is facing multiple felony charges, and it came out he'd been quietly let go from 2 other programs for the same thing. Schools that never reported him, just passed him along. I'm making sure that chain ends here. He will never stand near a child's team again.